The X-Men are known for their diverse cast of mutant characters. As a key member of the team, Gambit is well known as the sly guy who throws cards that explode. Gambit's abilities are much more complex than just charging up a deck of cards. So, let us explore the Ragin' Cajun's special abilities and discover what makes him a surprisingly powerful and underrated X-Man. Without further ado, let me welcome you to the Sci-Punk feed. Remy LeBeau, also known as Gambit, was born into a thief's guild. After he left the guild, he became a secret agent for sinister biologist Nathaniel Essex, who is also known by the ironic nickname Mr. Sinister. After befriending fellow mutant thief Aurora Monroe, he was invited to join the X-Men. That was his opportunity for redemption, and he accepted it. Now for something that isn't well known about the Cajun, Gambit is a natural-born strategist. He has proven to be one of the X-Men's best thinkers during battle. He is almost as good a fighter as Wolverine and is nearly as clever as Beast. Furthermore, he also seems to have a resistance to deceit. It's not a mutant ability per se, he's just really good at sniffing out a lie thanks to being raised by thieves and working with villains like Mr. Sinister and Sabretooth for years. He is fluent in English and Cajun French. According to the official handbook of the Marvel Universe Master Edition Volume 1, number 21, Gambit's guild costume is armored, providing better protection than a normal X-Men uniform. Gambit is a profound fighter, often employing martial arts, street fighting, and acrobatics. He is well adept at the martial arts savate, French kickboxing, and bujutsu. Remy's extreme skills in bujutsu make him dangerously skilled in the use of his bow staff. He's extremely skilled in throwing small objects such as cards, bowlers, knives, and balls with great accuracy. Gambit usually employs throwing spikes and playing cards. He also often uses a telescoping bow staff. In most of his earliest appearances, before ever thinking about throwing cards, Gambit threw metal spikes. It is said that he used to charge them with energy from his eyes instead of his fingers. Remy LeBeau's primary mutant power is molecular acceleration, which is the ability to convert the potential energy stored in an inanimate object into pure kinetic energy. In physics, the potential energy of an object is determined by its position relative to other objects, while kinetic energy comes into play when an object is in motion. When Gambit touches an inanimate object, he can charge it until it explodes. The only limitation to this ability is the time required to charge the object. The larger it is, the more time it takes. This brings me to my next point. The reason Gambit favors cards is that they are small. He can easily stack a large number of cards within his coat, and they take less time to charge than larger objects. The charging takes place through skin contact, with the force of the explosions being dependent on the mass of the object. For example, a charged playing card detonates with the force of a live grenade. He typically can't utilize his powers on living matter or organic molecules. It's said that in the comics, Gambit has two favored cards, the Joker and the Ace of Spades. The Joker is the wild card that can take on any value in a game, suggesting that Gambit is aware of his dual roles as a thief and as an X-Man. And the Ace of Spades has come to be known as the card of death. During the Vietnam War, it was used as a psychological weapon by the American soldiers against the Viet Cong. According to SGM Friedman, the Vietnamese were thought to believe that the spade meant death and ill fortune. In a bid to scare away Viet Cong soldiers and thereby avoid hostilities, it was common practice to litter the forested grounds and fields with the card. This story may, however, be apocryphal. Nevertheless, Gambit's identification with it may be his acknowledgement of his involvement in the Morlock massacre, or simply be a play on the fact that he is using cards as deadly weapons. Gambit's body produces static electricity as a byproduct of his abilities, shielding his mind against even the strongest telepaths. A unique side effect of this shield is that it destabilizes touch-based powers, allowing Remy to touch Rogue temporarily without being hurt. Although no link has been established, Gambit may possess hypnotic qualities due to his kinetic powers. In other words, he has the power to influence others, getting them to agree with his proposals. His charm is said to be so powerful that he could even affect the Shadow King. Remy's hypnotic charm, however, works only on those who are unaware of it, as in strangers. Gambit has a range of abilities at the peak of his strength. At the molecular level, he can control all aspects of kinetic energy. It enables him to shoot energy blasts, fly, heal wounds, charge objects without touching them, and rip living beings apart from the inside out. Gambit can also stop someone from moving by manipulating the kinetic energy in their bodies. Using his full power, he's crossed dimensions, traveled through time, and remade reality with the power of living energy. All of this was displayed during a battle with his counterpart, New Sun. This version of Remy came from an alternate reality where he became powerful enough to defeat the Phoenix and destroyed all life on Earth. New Sun is Gambit as an Omega level mutant, but our version of Remy defeated his evil self. Afterwards, he had Mr. Sinister reduce his powers so that he would never go down the same path as New Sun. Remy has also served as one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The celestial technology in his body turned his hair white and his skin pitch black. In his death state, Gambit can convert objects into toxic substances and transform air into poison gas. He can produce a death charge, which disintegrates enemies or traps them in a playing card. While in this form, Gambit has also corrupted other mutants such as Northstar and Dazzler and made them do his bidding. The Death persona exists as another personality within Gambit's mind. It's been suggested he can switch back and forth at will, but the Death personality has taken over Gambit more than once. Gambit's struggle to contain it has added a new layer to the character. Another unique power that Remy has displayed is the ability to see the future. When he was blinded for a short time, he could predict future events and used his cards for tarot readings. Gambit's power set is as versatile as the man himself. He has proven himself to be one of the best X-Men characters ever. The cleverness behind the writing and character development is one that we can expect from the Marvel company.